Hi. Hi. Good morning. It auto recorded. I'm so excited. Hi, everybody. So I programmed the meeting and clicked auto record, and I'm so excited that it did that.
Joe.
So, welcome to our post-surge call. Woo! I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody just so that I don't hear background noise. So I'm going to get right into it. I know everybody has very busy lives. My phone or my laptop has to be plugged in. So bear with me here. Okay. I know some other people are probably popping on. I was a few minutes late. I actually had 2 people send me information about coaching, right as I was trying to sign on. They were like, hey, send me the link to sign up. And then, hey, what's the difference between joining your team and just joining Team Beachbody? And so I'm like, of course, right? So I shot them the info real quick. So sorry for being slightly tardy. Anybody that knows me, that's kind of my MO though. So not a very punctual person. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and screen share. I created a PowerPoint slide. Let me see if I can find it. Probably I'll click that. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I will share the PowerPoint slide to our team page. I'm going to share that, and then obviously I'll upload this team call too. So anybody that does have a team, if you want to gank the PowerPoint that I made, and I made it in Google Docs, so when I give it to you, you can actually just, it'll be shared openly, so you can save a copy for yourself and just change the info on it to your info. So yeah, that should work. If it doesn't, just let me know. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and screen share so we can do this thing. Let me pull up the presentation. I am not super Google Docs. Oh, start presentation. Okay, here we go. I'm not super Google Docs knowledgeable, but I did it. Woohoo! Okay, Post-Summit Surge 2017. I'm super excited to share this with you guys. I had the privilege of having Stacy, Lynn, Patty, and her husband Ryan. All 3 are part of Team Real Fitness. They came with me, so I'm actually at the end, once I get through the presentation, I'm going to have them go ahead and just take turns and share their biggest takeaway and why they think you need to make it a priority to be at Summit next year. So the whole idea, the theme behind this year's Summit, if there was ever a theme, this was definitely it. And it was this whole idea of limitless belief. We create our own limits. We put these ideas in our head that sometimes blocks us from our fullest potential. So the idea was just never doubt what you are capable of. Whatever you focus on, wherever your focus goes, that's where energy flows. So if you are focusing on just creating your business, building your business, finding positive people, if you're focusing on your vital behaviors, if you're reaching out and inviting, and you're just focusing on all those key vital behaviors and positivity, your personal development, that's where all the energy is going to flow. That's where all people are going to just over time start swarming to you, because that's where all your energy has gone. If you constantly are thinking about, oh, this person was supposed to sign up and they didn't, I must not be doing something right. Or if you're saying, oh my God, I didn't hit Success Club, I'm a failure. Or if you're saying, this is really hard, it's not meant for me. if those are where your mind is going, then all of those things will be true. That's where your energy is going to go, and your business will not succeed because of that. So we have to keep our minds right. Everything just starts with the decision to just do it. So let's just say the last week has been a rough week and you started some doubts, or you just haven't given it your all. Every single day you have the ability to make a decision. And so just start with that decision. Through your challenging times, when you think, "Ooh, I have some typos in here I need to fix." During those challenging times, and you think you've tried everything, make a list. Did you really? Did you really try everything? I go ahead and that's what I do. I think about, what more can I do? If it's the end of the month and I'm at Success Club 1 and I have to get to Success Club 10 because that's my goal. That's been my goal since the second month I started coaching. When I hit Success Club, the first 2 weeks of coaching, I said, well, okay, now I need to just make Success Club 10. If I can do 5, I can do 10. And I told myself it was non-negotiable. So if it was the last couple of days of the month and I was at Success Club 1, you better believe I made a list of every possible thing I could do, and I did not stop until it happened. So whether it was giving all of the commission from my challenge pack earning away, whether it was offering other incentives, whether it was instead of inviting 5 people, it was inviting 50, and I put more hours into work, whether it was reaching out to loved ones, asking for their support, having them purchase a challenge pack, and I don't know, bargaining with them on something, whatever it took, like Success Club was my priority. So even in the hardest of times, when I think I've tried everything, I write down what more I can do, because you can always do more. Okay, so we had some guest speakers. There were 3 main ones. Brandon Burchard was one of them. He is the author of the book Motivational Manifesto. And let me tell you, I love him. I would actually, if they have the book on Audible, I would do Audible, because here's why. Not because I'm saying don't have a paperback book. Even if you buy the book because you're one of those people who like to highlight and stuff, totally cool. But buy the Audible too, because more than likely he's going to be the speaker. He's going to be the one reading the book. And this man is hilarious. If you ever have the opportunity to see him in person, watch him. Check him out on YouTube. I loved him. He was very, very visual. He's very, very goofy, free spirit. Loved him. And he talked about 5 personal musts for motivation and success. So the first one was, I must rise my ambitions and refuse to settle. So many times again, it's this limitless mindset that we have to create. But what we tend to do is we say, well, this person has this and that's why they're successful. Or, well, I have kids, so it's just not realistic for me to say that I'm going to be able to do this. Or because 1 month you don't make Success Club, you all of a sudden say, or this, you set your goal for Success Club 10 and you don't make Success Club 10. So you say, okay, well, next month my goal is just Success Club 5. Don't lower your ambition. Always rise your ambitions. Go for the highest possible dreams, highest possible goals that you can think of for yourself. Don't settle. Number 2, I must live each day with intention. So don't just wake up and put your body on autopilot. Be conscious. Be aware of everything you do in the day. It really helps with creating more time for yourself when you do that too, because you're not just on autopilot. Number 3, I must no longer fear rejection. So Brandon actually put out, or no, it wasn't Brandon. It was another guest speaker, but I'm just going to talk about it here because it fits here perfectly. He put out this challenge to all his coaches at Summit, which was by next Summit, get 100 no's. What does 100 no's mean? 100 no's means that you're inviting like a firecracker. If you set your goal for the month or for the year to get, somebody needs to mute themselves, please. Whoever hopped on and didn't mute themselves. If you set that 100 no expectation for yourself and goal, it's going to like numb you. Like you're no longer going to be afraid of hearing no. It's just going to come next. Like you're going to hear it and you're going to be like, oh, okay. And you're going to start that mindset of it's just no, not right now. I have, in the 2 years that I've coached, I've heard more no's than you could probably imagine. And about half of them within the 2 years have turned into yeses. Have been from people who said no and said no again and ignored me and then ignored me 10 more times and then said no 3 more times. And then finally, after a year, said, you know what, I'm ready. And they signed up that day. They were like this unexpected angel that just popped up. Because I showed them I wasn't going to give up on them, that, you know, I truly believe in everybody being able to incorporate exercise in their lifestyle. That's why I am a passionate person about Beachbody. It's not because I want to make millions of dollars. Is that eventually going to come? Absolutely, because I do have that business goal. But it's because my passion and my vision start with wanting to bring fitness into everybody's house. And I share that vision with Carl because for years and years and years, I spent so much money going to gyms and going to smoothie places and going all these other places, spending all this other money. And then I'd come home and guess what? I'd be a lazy bum. I'd eat crackers, I'd eat chips, popcorn, all this stuff in front of my TV and veg out. And my home was not healthy. Everywhere else was healthy. So I'm a firm believer in this this opportunity. And so I don't fear rejection. I don't give up on people. I don't look at a no as like this negative thing. I look at it as, okay, that's somebody that I can help later. I must jump in and face my fear. Comfort zones do us no good. Comfort zones limit us. And we want those limitless beliefs. So in order to do that, whatever you are most afraid of, that is what's going to change you and grow you the most. So do it. I must find something to fight for. If you join as a coach with only the ambition to make a lot of money, you're setting yourself up for failure, because building any business takes time. Consistency and time. And if you don't put in those two things, you're setting yourself up for failure. So you have to look for a bigger picture, and you have to look for something bigger in you that you're fighting for. For me, it's my daughter. For me, it's my family. For me, it's building a life around my own design, because I have worked in the school system for 10 years and it got me nowhere. It got me living at home after my divorce, because as a teacher, I couldn't afford to live and take care of my child alone on teacher salary. So what I'm fighting for is so deep in my heart that no matter how hard this business gets, I'll never give up, because what I have to fight for is so much more beyond financial, and financial quickness, I should say, or those instant gratifications, which we'll talk about in a minute. Darren Hardy was the other guest speaker. He is the author of, I'm having a brain fart. Compound Effect. Compound Effect was my first professional development book I read as a coach, and I continue to read it every single year. Why? Because it is very enlightening. It really, really opened my eyes to what little changes can do over time. And that was his message, was it's the little choices in life that's going to determine our success, not the big ones. So it's our daily vital behaviors in our business that we do consistently over time. Those are going to bring us success, not big, huge choices. And he just pointed out some things that, go along with that. So results are invisible. So day to day, you're inviting people and you're adding friends to your network, right? And that day, you're not making hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And so you're thinking that you're doing something wrong, or you should be doing more, because you can't see the immediate result that you're bringing. Same with when you're working out and you're exercising. You work out one time, that one time you're not going to see, it's invisible. You're not going to see the changes that you're bringing. When you're drinking Shakeology, you're not going to see those changes that are internal. It's going to be results that are invisible over time. Again, they're subtle, they're deceptive. He talks about instant gratification, saying that our generation, especially if you're in my little generation group, which is like, the 30 to 40 range, we're in that age group that, or if you're younger even, it's worse in the younger generations, this whole instant gratification. You want to watch a movie, so you can now go and on demand it right from your TV. You need to know, you have a question to your homework and you don't know, you can go and Google it. You want a pizza, you can go pop it in the microwave and get one, or hot and ready, right? So it's all these things like quick, fast, all these instant gratifications. People are MLM hopping because they want instant gratification. So they've worked their business for about a year, and all of a sudden they're not a multimillionaire, and these little new MLMs are popping up that promise you new cars. And you know what's going to happen? They're going to get this huge overflow of people coming to their MLM because they just did this upfront, recruiting technique or whatever, which promises cars and $30,000 bonuses. That company is going to go bankrupt. Those companies that do that will go bankrupt within the next 5 years. I guarantee you. So just like with quick fixes with wraps are good if you want to debloat before a wedding. Pills I can never justify, so I can't even give a good example for that. But all these little quick fix thingies that you guys see floating around, though, so if there are natural ones, they're usually good for short term. So like I said, something that, like, if you have a wedding and you just needed to bloat, okay, there's a time and reason and maybe purpose for everything. But those things are not for a lifelong, result. So get over the whole instant gratification thing. The little things, the little choices, the vital behaviors are just as easy to do as they're easy not to do. So you have to consciously, like we had said before, like, you have to wake up every day with intention. When you set your power hour of inviting and messaging and reaching out to people, you need to set it with intention. You need to set it with focus. You will be more productive and get more done if you focus that time instead of trying to multitask and do a million other things. There was this phrase that I thought was amazing. What gives you short-term pleasure brings you long-term pain. What gives you short-term pain creates long-term pleasure. So again, short-term pleasure. Sure, I can take this pill. It's going to make me drop 10 pounds. I can starve myself and look thin for this next event, but you are doing more damage to your body in the long run than you are doing good. But if you exercise for 30 minutes a day, oh yeah, you're going to be sore and it's going to be grueling and it's going to be hard and it's going to challenge you because you're going to be pushing yourself every single day. But in 2 years from now, you're going to look back at your pictures and you're going to be like, wow. And all the benefits that you just did with lowering blood pressure and, you know, increasing endurance and increasing your life expectancy and healing your insides, like all of that stuff, you're gonna be thankful that you put in those 30 minutes instead of taking the easy way out. And it goes for business too. All of this can be applied for health and fitness or for business. And then he just kind of gave this like flow chart of showing how your choices you make every single day become your behaviors. And your behaviors that you do every single day become habits. And those habits over time bring in this whole compound effect. So the choice of you waking up every day and saying, I'm going to do my vital behaviors. It just starts with that thought, with that choice. Then you actually do the behavior. So you actually knock out those vital behaviors. You message your people, you add to your network, you make your posts, you work out, you drink your Shakeology, you do all those things. All of a sudden it becomes a habit. And then time's going to pass and the compound effect is going to work. And you're going to see you have a team. You're going to see you have this huge, community of challengers. You're going to see consistent paychecks. This compound effect will take place. Consistency wins every single time. I will tell you what, I'm going to be, you guys are my witness here, as well as Facebook, because I've said this on Facebook before. I will be more successful than others in this company for this one and only reason. I will simply outlast them. I will not quit when it's the hard times, because every business, whether you're a restaurant owner, whether you're a gym owner, whether you're working an MLM, whether you are a politician, whatever career or business you have, there are downtimes, there are lulls, there are these ebbs that come, and that's when people quit. And I'm going to be more successful simply because during those times, I will not quit. So I pose the same to you. Be successful in your business simply because you decide to outlast everybody else. Success is earned through hard work. What do you mean? What is hard work with Beachbody coaching? It's simple. The process in any hard work is mundane. Wow, that's a fancy word. What does mundane mean? It means boring. I'm not saying that sitting there friend requesting 20 people a day is super exciting and fun and brings so much joy to my life. Friend requesting a bunch of people. It is so mundane. It's boring. It's tedious. It takes time. It's not the fun part of what we do. Messaging people. It's mundane. It's repetitive. It's the same thing over and over. We invite and, it gets exciting when people want to join us and we can sit there and have fun, interesting conversations, sure. But the actual process of the inviting, not so much. It gets boring. And it gets frustrating, super frustrating. How many of you have invited and people ignore you and you're like, ugh? How many of you have invited people and they say, I'm signing up next Friday, and then 2 months later, they still haven't signed up? Okay? It gets frustrating. But success is earned one day at a time, one decision at a time, one message at a time, one meeting, one invite at a time. So you have to decide whether you're going to walk towards the success or away from it. It's not what you know, it's what you do with that knowledge. So if you can sit here and you can tell me how to eat clean. You could tell me how to live a healthy life. But if you're not doing it, you're not going to be successful in it. I could sit here and tell you, invite 20 people a day, message and follow up with 20 people a day, add to your network 20 people a day. I can sit here and tell you, and you could tell me all the things to be successful, but if you're not doing it or I'm not doing it, the success isn't there. It's not through what we know, it's through how we apply it. And then the last speaker was Chalene Johnson, and she talked about social media. I'm going to try and hurry up because I know like we're limited on time and I want the other girls to talk. So I'm going to try to get through these in the next 2 minutes. Chalene Johnson talked about social media. Borrowed words are for the birds. Stop copying from other people. It's okay to take like call to action things and turn them into your own, but don't sit there and like steal other coaches' stuff. That's not you. You want to be you. Don't tell me you're about to sell me, which means don't sit there and post products on your social media and be like, oh, look at this new program. You know, you want to buy it. Or, things that worked last year aren't going to work this year. Putting a shake up next to your face and saying, oh my God, Shakeology is so delicious. That is all, people are going to scroll past that. That's not going to interest anybody. We're all about curiosity marking, which is our number 3, likes wear thin, questions for the win. So it's not so much about getting 100 likes on a post. It's about the questions and the comments and the conversations on the post. So what do you want to do? How do we do this? We leak out details. So put one minor detail in there, like a mind and body transformation group that you're having, where you're going to work on your mindset and transform your body through exercise gradually. And then you can talk about something else, or you can be holding up or have in the background Shakeology, sure, but then talk about something else. So you're being very vague and you're leaking out little details and little clues, but you're not directly leading with the company. You don't want to lead with and plaster Beachbody and 21 Day Fix and Shakeology all over your post. You want to lead with you. You want to brand you. You want people to be looking and interested in what you're doing, because you guys, Beachbody has marketing people. So they have infomercials, they have, websites that do all that marketing stuff for them. You're trying to get people interested in you, not in Beachbody. Don't use hashtags that other coaches. So especially on IG, if you're using things like Coach Life, hashtag Coach Life, or hashtag healthy lifestyle, these are all things that other coaches are hashtagging. So what you're doing now is you're just bringing other coaches to your page, not leads that will message you and be interested in what you're doing. So you have to get creative and think outside the box on your hashtags. And then avoid saying things in your posts like, have you tried? Or can I send you more information on blah, blah, blah? Because apparently Facebook and Instagram don't like those things, says Chalene Johnson, social media guru. So I would listen to her. And then there was a couple of sessions I went through having to do with onboarding coaches and getting new coaches. So if you're onboarding new coaches that are ready to build their business, here are some things you should be thinking about and doing. Sending a welcome email. You can send one email or a series of emails. If you never received my email, because I'm a human being and not perfect, please let me know so I can send you that. Some coaches recommend giving a strength assessment to see what motivates them. So are they motivated by receiving gifts, or are they motivated by receiving praise, etc.? Creating a welcoming, creating a welcoming culture. So recognizing people throughout your team page, getting together for live events like Super Saturdays and Summit, having a pinned post on the top of the page. What things should I include? So we're going to talk more about these things in team calls to give you a better understanding if you want to know more about those, because it's just a lot to cover in this one Zoom call. So I'll get more into detail about pin posts and things later. Why the first 30 matters. So when you're a new coach, when you get a new coach, please make sure that you send them that link to the first 30, because it gives them autonomy. You want your coach to not be dependent on you. You want to give them that independence, and it allows them to set goals for themselves and gets them ready for your call. So you're getting started right call. It can be a video or it can be a one-on-one call. I prefer one-on-one calls, or if you're in the area, I'll even have you come over and do a one-on-one like meeting. I prefer that over a video. I think videos are more impersonal, but if you're afraid to do a call, a phone call or an in-person call meeting, you guys do a video one. Start somewhere and just send a new coach, a getting started right video that you created. And then this is what I'm starting actually with July 30th. You guys might have seen that in the coach group, is a once a month orientation for everyone, because it gives other coaches on your team, not just your personally sponsored coaches, an opportunity to ask questions, and it gives you an opportunity to review expectations of what all the coaches should be doing each month. How to develop leaders. So you get all these coaches on your team. How do you develop them into leaders? How do you help them? Well, you create a culture of belief. So you share your vision. I am pretty sure everybody knows my vision. If you don't, please let me know, because I'm more than happy to talk to you about it. Create weekly top 10s. We don't really have 10 leaders right now hitting goals, but trust me, any chance I get, I'm shouting out. I think I just shouted out a couple of people who were top volume earners. I always share who's hitting Success Club. Absolutely, these things you should be recognizing those leaders. And then mindset. You guys need to be, if you're on this call, you are a leader right now. Right now, you're a leader. You're a business owner. So get that mindset. And then lean in when you want to pull out. I could drag on forever with this. We just had basically the whole first half of this call was that. In the downtime, in the times where it's the hardest, instead of pulling back and doing less, lean in and do more. Create your own vision. So what is your passion? So if you're a new leader, what is your passion? What's your vision? Okay, what's your passion? What are your business goals? How do you learn best? What do you need to move forward? Always let me know these things. If there's something that I can do more to help you move forward, please, please, please tell me. Unfortunately, I'm not a mind reader, though I wish I was. Set expectations for your new coaches to develop them into leaders. So set good behavior system in place, those vital behaviors. Create a video of your expectations. I have not created a video of my expectations, but I am on all the time sharing my expectations, but I will make a video of expectations. I mean, basically my expectations for you guys are to do what you're supposed to do. I mean, it's pretty simple. Invite people daily, add to your network daily, be consistent. The number 4, this is my expectations of you. Be consistent with the basics and the 4 vital behaviors. And then my other expectation would be, if you need something, please tell me. Like, I want to help you. So just please reach out and tell me. Empower them by building their confidence, give them responsibility, call them, praise them. So here's the thing. If you start, if you're starting to rank advance and you're starting to meet these, build your business, I'm going to want to set up another call. I'm going to want to then reevaluate, okay, what's the next step? What's your goals? I'm going to want to do these things with you guys. So you should want, that's what you should be looking for with your coaches, is as they do that, set up another call. You don't just have to do a getting started right call. You can do periodic calls as coaches are getting to a certain place in their business. And give them responsibility. So if you're running a challenge group and you're going out of town, maybe ask them to take over some of the responsibility of your challenge group. Say, hey, can you, do it these next 3 days? I'm not going to have service. Or, like with Team Cup, I encourage the coaches, like, hey, if you're not on my team, please be a leader. Go find other Team Cup members. Create a team of your own. Everybody that's on Team Cup this month, I encourage you next month. I don't want any of you on my team. Those that were on my team, I don't want you there, because I want you finding your own team, and I want you looking and finding for other people, and I want you to be the captain of that team. That's what I pose for you. And then same thing, if you're in another person's team where they're the captain, my expectation for you is next Team Cup, you are the leader. You are the captain of Team Cup, and you go find your 4 people. And then how to get results from getting challengers to coaches. Leadership is like parenting, guys. The belief of the leader is the belief of the pack. If you want your challengers or team to soar, teach them how to fly. Don't be their wings. So here are some, I keep finding typos. Here are some tips in creating an engaging challenge group. And if your challenge group is engaging, guys, and you're getting badass challengers, invite them to be a coach. That's as easy as it is. That's the simple shift. That is as easy as it gets. So how can you get your groups more engaging if they feel like they're fizzing out? Weekly Zoom calls. So just like we do Zoom calls with coaches, do them with your challengers. Read personal development with your challengers. Offer them, you know, book ideas. Do a book together. Get out of your comfort zone. If you're asking them to post a video, then you should be posting a video. Go live daily. Message them. Create a video message and just send it to your challengers, the video message. It can be vague and you can go, you know, like general, I should say, not vague, general, and you can send it to more than one person, or you can personalize it. Challenge group success partners. So as a coach, we have these business success partners. Have your challenge group participants partner up with another challenger in your group and help them to create a relationship to keep each other more accountable. And then at the end of your challenges, guys, message for feedback or create a survey and send it to them and have them fill that out so that you get feedback, because you're always wanting to grow your challenge groups. You always want them to be better than the next one. No challenge group should be equal. You should constantly be looking to do better. And that was it on that. So let me just find you guys now. Okay, here you guys are. I'm like, oh, where'd you guys go? Okay, so we have like less than a minute left. This is what I'm gonna do. It's gonna end, hop back on. I'm gonna send out another link because I want Stacy Lynn and I want Patty to share. So give us 10 more minutes. I'll give 5 minutes to Stacy, 5 minutes to Patty. So I'm gonna end this now. I'm gonna